Good evening, everyone, from Ibrox, where Rangers have got back to winning ways in style this evening, defeating Romanian champions FCSB by 4-0 on match day 3 of the Europa League. 2 goals in the first half, all well-taken goals, it's fair to say. A double from Václav Černý. Tom Lawrence opened the scoring before going off at half-time with an injury. Let's hope that is nothing serious. We'll hear from Phil Clement shortly when he speaks to Chris and the assembled media. But Tom Lawrence got things underway with a wonderful right-footed curling effort into the corner, in off the post. Václav Černý added at the second with a great strike of his own. And the second half, Rangers scored another couple of goals. A great breakaway when Diamandi, who came on for Lawrence at half-time, released Černý down on this right-hand side, and he cut inside onto his left before sliding the ball past the goalkeeper. And then great to see Hamza Igeman coming on for Cyril Dessers, who took a knock. He went off injured. I'd imagine it's more precautionary than anything else. Again, we'll hear the extent of that, I'd imagine, shortly. But Hamza Igeman coming on and getting his first goal in Rangers colours. A great moment here at Ibrox to see the Moroccan getting off the mark. And also great to see Zach Lovelace getting minutes as well. Of course, the manager did say after impressing in midweek that he would get an opportunity. And he came off at the bench and did reasonably well when he came on. But special mention as well to the Rangers midfield duo, Connor Barron and Nico Raskin, who dominated preceding midfield. But Rangers playing up here, but there we're back on. Excellent stuff. Rangers with a real let-off early on in the game when Jack Butland appeared to have been caught in possession before the ball was rolled into the net. Now the referee blew the whistle beforehand, hence there couldn't be a check on VAR. And looking at the replay at half-time, then you would be absolutely raging if you were an FCSB fan. I've seen no Phil there is no in the comments if you disagree. But good from Butland. He went down and then he sort of persuaded the referee that, well, the referee bought the fill to begin with, but on recollection, I think it was one that Rangers got away with. But certainly deserved win here this evening. That's 2 wins in the Europa League group stage and the expanded group stage, of course. And it was a real joy to watch Rangers tonight. It hasn't been the most satisfying few weeks, that's for sure. Watching Rangers, there was style of play criticisms levelled at the manager in his pre-match press conference. We all witnessed what unfolded on Sunday, but this was night and day from that weekend performance against Kilmarnock. And it's up to Rangers now. The onus is on them to show that this is like Malmo, not a one-off. Go and do the business on Sunday against St Mirren, who I'd imagine will be set up very differently from FCSB, who came and had a go. Of course, they did leave a number of squad members back in Romania. They do have a big game this coming weekend. They play, I think it's at Rapid Bucharest this weekend, so a big game for them. But they were a pacey outfit. They knocked the ball about well at times. Defensively they were suspect, and Rangers were able to capitalise on that. And convincing winners in the end. So let's get to some of the comments that are coming up. David Cameron with the point, as I touched on there. Soak it up means absolutely nothing if we return to dire football in the league this coming weekend. Absolutely. It's all right doing it on Thursday nights here at Ibrox and in the Europa League. But one of sort of criticisms levelled at the manager is perhaps he's built a side that is more comfortable playing in Europe as opposed to the cut and thrust of Scottish football and teams that play that low block and make life difficult for Rangers. Listen, Stephen Robinson will be bringing his buddies team here and they'll be looking to make it difficult, I'd imagine, trying to hit Rangers on the break, and it'll be up to the creative players and the rest of the team, of course, to keep that tempo up and to go at St Mirren from the off. Right, let's get to some of the comments. James Skeen says, got to stick with Raskin. Absolutely, James. I thought he was terrific tonight. Getting in about it. He was dominating. Him and Connor Barron, I thought, were excellent this evening. And certainly for Sunday, that would be my midfield 2 pairing. Now, it remains to be seen what the issue is with Tom Lawrence. But if he is out, I know Mohamed Diamandi came on at half-time. Would you have Diamandi in front of those two, or would you shuffle things around, perhaps put Bayrami in that number 10 position? I know Zach Lovelace came off the bench and played off the left-hand side. Never had much time on the pitch, but it was great to see him getting an opportunity tonight, and it provides the manager with an option, certainly on that left-hand side. He doesn't have many options, and I'd imagine he will play some part at the weekend. Jay McKenzie says Lawrence looked a sore one when he landed. Yeah, absolutely. So no surprise to see him not coming out for the second half. But good display from Rangers tonight. As I touched on, great to see Hamza Igeman getting that first goal. Let's hope it's the first of many. Matthew Ross says Desert can't play at the weekend. He was crying when he came off. We'll need to find the extent of that. I thought he had another iffy game, it's fair to say. Cyril Dessers, I'm just not convinced he can play that role. The ball doesn't stick when it gets played up to him, and it was coming back pretty much every time it went up to Cyril Dessers. That being said, I think he did have a helping hand in Rangers' third goal, I think it was. So, but in the main, I don't think he is a long-term answer, and I would have no qualms if Hamza Igeman was given a nod up front on Sunday, of course. Václav Černý, let's talk about him, because he scored 2 fantastic goals this evening. The first one was a beauty in the first half. Just thought, start of the sort of first 10 minutes or so, he came over here to the main stand, and he was trying to orchestrate the crowd and conduct the crowd and get the noise levels, the decibels increased. He's very much someone that plays off the energy from the crowd, and he was in the mood tonight. His first goal was really well taken, and his second one was superb. That's why he was brought to the club in the first place. Moments like that, and let's hope we can produce more of those going forward. That was probably his best game in the Rangers jersey. He was brilliant in the game, St Johnstone game, of course, when he scored a double. I thought he was excellent tonight, and more of the same at Václav. Defensively, of course, Leon Balogun given the nod alongside John Souttar tonight. Never really had much to deal with. There were a few shots that were fired over the bar, fizzed wide, that sort of thing, but really in the main they were comfortable. Balogun taken off in the second half. Robin Proper came on for him. I'm not too sure if that was just a fitness thing, maybe cramp playing up, not entirely sure, but I thought the pair of them coped reasonably well with anything that FCSB were able to throw at them. Right, let's get to some of the comments on the side of my screen, because it's a lot more difficult when you're flying solo and you don't have someone to talk while you can have a wee look at the comments coming in. There is a host of points being made. Nicky with the point, what a performance. Černý and Barron were great tonight. Yeah, absolutely, Nicky, totally agree with you. In terms of man of the match, certainly several contenders. As I touched on Raskin and Barron, Černý, of course, has to be up there with his 2 goals. So, one out of those 4, I would say, for the Man of the Match award. Brian Scott just raising the point we touched on a little earlier on, saying that he's a lucky man. Early on, he certainly was, Brian. I did not see anything at the time when it was when I was watching it from my vantage point here. I thought it was just an absolute howler from Butland, just caught on the ball. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, so certainly got away with one there, and who knows if that would have had an impact on the game going forward. I thought Rangers were first half was a bit sloppy at times, but you could see that the tempo was much better. They were on the front foot and were taking the game to FCSB, who, to their credit, had a go tonight. They opened up, as I touched on earlier on. St Mirren, I don't imagine will be deploying the same tactics. Right. Dougie just on Butland says he tried to sweep it with his feet and missed, thankfully. Yeah, I've seen in the press room at half-time, a few colleagues were saying it was similar to, if you remember the Old Firm game when Roof scored at the start of last season and Dessers get penalised for, was it Starfelt at the time? That was extremely harsh. I don't even think he touched Butland, to be honest. So, thank you to the referee for that one, that's for sure. Let's see, Scottish Beef 69 says, I think the performance shows that the players are with the manager. Great reaction after Sunday, hopefully can kick on now. Yep. I think that was levelled at Tom Lawrence in the pre-match press conference, whether the players care, and he said they do care, and certainly tonight that was evident tonight. The players were on it, but again, it's all well and good winning tonight, as much as it's great to get back to winning ways. And the performance, Chris said it in the pre-match show, that it's not just about the result tonight, it was about the performance, and we got that performance, but it means nothing if Rangers falter on Sunday. Thanks to John, who is correcting me, it wasn't Starfelt, it was Lager Bielke. So thank you for that, John. Carol says, cheer me up after Sunday's result. Yeah, cheer me up too, Carol. I'm glad that my trip up on the train is not a disappointing one, and I can head back down the road tomorrow with a smile on my face. So, yeah, good win for Rangers tonight. We will dissect the game in great detail tomorrow when I'm on with Stevie once again. He's down in the press room alongside Chris. I think Philip Clement will be... I think you'll be happy to see Stevie tonight. There'll be no questions about boring football, that's for sure. And yeah, it will be interesting to hear what the manager has to say after tonight's showing. As Chris Jamieson says, great display. Yeah, absolutely. Take nothing away from Rangers tonight. They were lambasted quite rightly after Sunday. They deserve praise tonight, but it is about going on another run, a consistent run of form. Big matches coming up, starting Sunday. We've got that big match on Wednesday when Rangers head up to Pittodrie. They need more of the same, what we witnessed tonight going into those games. So, yeah, great result for Rangers tonight. On to Sunday now, and yeah, enjoy your evening, folks. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. We hope you can join us then. Bye for now.